Chasen. I'm CEO of uShip.com. uShip is an online transportation and shipping marketplace that we launched in March of 2004.
All right, so tell us about the growth of your business. So you're not a typical startup like what we normally talk with, but you're sort of graduating the startup phase. So tell us about kind of what's happened in the last 5 years.
Yeah, so uShip started off, of course, like all startups, very small. In fact, we look back on our traction and activity on the site back in 2004, and we sort of wonder why we stuck with the business, right? But you got to grind out those first few years, particularly sort of in a marketplace model, and then good things start to happen. So, first few years, rocket ship type growth, and of course, as we've gotten bigger, we're still growing very, very quickly. But of course that moderates somewhat. So yeah, in the last year or so, we're still looking at over 100% sort of year-over-year growth.
So tell us a little about your product and sort of what the value proposition is for people who come to the marketplace and other people who interact with the uShip system.
Absolutely, yeah. So the uShip marketplace is a place where consumers and businesses can list shipments on our website, and we focus around 8 or 9 primary categories, typically large items ranging from vehicles to freight to household goods, even pets and livestock. So things that you can't sort of traditionally ship with UPS. So people list their shipments on the website, and we have over 160,000 transportation companies.
Wow.
That then competitively bid on providing that service. So it's kind of a reverse auction marketplace. It's been likened to the eBay of shipping and transportation in the past.
So talk about a little how that scaled for your business. I mean, if you have a marketplace with very few people and very few shippers, there's not a lot of value, but you got from here to there, or from there to here, I should say. So talk a little about that process and some of the difficulties and challenges and how you overcame them.
Yeah, that's a great question. In the early days, it's astounding. You have to start at zero, right? And I remember, the first couple of months seeing our very first customers sign on and register. Of course, with a marketplace, you need liquidity, so you need some critical mass of both buyers and sellers in a particular region. We were focused initially on trying to build critical mass in certain geographic regions, just because of the nature of shipping and transportation. Based in Texas, we decided that Texas was a good place to start. So we kind of focused on the triangle of big cities here: Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin. We very quickly, though, realized that people started listing shipments nationwide, and actually soon thereafter worldwide. So we were really, really shocked at how quickly these early adopters really started using our platform for things that we never expected. So it's always good in a startup when the original opportunity that you saw, which kind of we knew was a sort of niche opportunity, really became a much bigger opportunity. In terms of the breadth, of the types of goods people can ship, as well as the geographic sort of locations that people were shipping.
Yeah, and now I understand you guys are expanding internationally. So talk a little about, as your business has been defined by the U.S. market, I guess, from the time you started to now, and now you're going worldwide with the business. Talk a little about some of the challenges you're facing with that, and how you're addressing them as you get started.
Yeah, so when we launched in 2004, we were pretty much exclusive to the U.S. People started trying to list shipments abroad, and they literally had to use U.S. address formats. So step number one for internationalization, we actually took care of back in 2006, and since then, we've had a sort of small but growing base of international users. But what we're embarking on, sort of starting in 2009, is really enhanced localization of the website for users, in different regions throughout the world. So in 2009, we launched localization for the UK, Australia, the EU, and of course we still have our sort of global site settings as well.
And so talk also about the marketing challenges for scaling worldwide. I mean, is it is it going to be viral like it has been in the U.S., or sort of how do you want to kickstart?
Yeah, no, I think every business is different. For ours, the U.S. was a great initial market for us, but we're finding that other international markets, particularly in Europe, are very ripe for our type of marketplace. We do well when the base of transportation service providers in a company is highly fragmented. So if you look at the sort of demographics of a country like the UK, there are a large number of small courier and transport companies that service the UK, that service Europe. And so we do really well sort of empowering these smaller companies, just by nature of our marketplace model, right? It's transactional, so these transporters get feedback ratings from their customers, which really helps them build their reputation and win business. We also provide broad marketing in our markets, so that we can attract customers and those customers' shipments. And then of course we offer those out to our transportation network really for free. They can bid on them for free. So what we've kind of done, and it works across different markets, is we've taken what the traditional business model was, where a transportation company would often have to pay for a customer lead, whether it's through a lead gen platform or a subscription-based sort of load board. We've kind of turned that market on its head by giving away those leads for free. The catch is, of course, that they have to bid competitively, and they do pay fees to us, but only when they win the customer and service the job. So it's a great model in that it's entirely success-based.
Yeah, action-based, action-oriented.
Yeah.
So one final question on uShip. So let's say we get together December 2010. Where, if it's a successful year, what will have happened?
Oh, wow. So 2010, I think for us, is going to be more sort of in-country localizations. There's a lot of great markets for us out there. I think additional markets in Europe, Latin America, we think is going to be a great place for us to do business. So I think if we continue to focus on expanding to certain other local markets, I think it's going to be a great year, and of course continue our sort of rapid growth in the U.S.